Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going deep into a story of a king and battles, and ultimately some profound lessons about life and leadership.
And what I think is interesting about this story is that it's not just about a king and a battle.
Right.
It's about the consequences of choices,
Yeah.
the weight of legacy,
Yeah.
and those powerful threads of loyalty that, weave through human experience no matter the era.
Absolutely. And the story takes place in the final chapter of 1 Samuel.
Okay.
And we're kind of dropped right in the middle of a fierce battle between King Saul and the Israelites against the Philistines.
Oh, wow.
And things aren't looking good for Saul.
Yeah.
I mean, his army is shattered, his sons are dead,
Oh,
and he's badly wounded.
So this is a moment of utter despair.
Yes.
And you can feel the weight of every bad decision crashing down on him.
Right.
He's trapped facing certain capture and humiliation.
Yeah, you could just imagine the thoughts that are racing through his mind.
Yeah.
The desperation.
Absolutely.
He actually pleads with his armor bearer to kill him,
Wow.
to deliver him from that fate.
To put him out of his misery.
But the armor bearer, terrified of the consequences, refuses.
Wow. So that's a powerful detail.
It is.
It's this moment of stark vulnerability.
Yeah.
Even from a king.
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes about the immense pressure
Right.
that Saul must have felt.
Yeah.
He was not only a king facing military defeat,
Yeah.
but a man wrestling with the spiritual consequences of years of disobedience.
Yeah, so facing this impossible situation, Saul makes a devastating choice.
Oh.
He falls on his own sword, choosing death over capture.
Wow.
And his loyal armor bearer, witnessing this act of despair, follows his king into death.
Oh, my.
It's a bleak scene, painting a vivid picture of the brutality and finality of war.
Yeah, and it really underscores the consequences of the path that Saul chose.
Mhm.
His reign wasn't just marked by poor military strategy.
Right.
It was riddled with disobedience, disregard for guidance, both spiritual and moral.
Yeah.
This final act, his suicide, becomes a tragic symbol of what can happen when we stray from our principles.
Right. And the Philistines, upon discovering Saul's body,
Yeah.
don't exactly show mercy.
I imagine not.
They decapitate him, putting his armor on display
Yeah.
as trophies, parading them around as symbols of their victory.
Oh, wow.
It's a public humiliation for Saul, even in death.
Wow. That's rough.
Yeah.
It is. It is rough. But even in this moment of utter defeat, there's this glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
This testament to the fact that even flawed individuals
Yeah.
can leave ripples of good in the world.
Right. And those men from Jabesh-gilead,
Yes.
remember them?
Yes, I do.
The ones that Saul had rescued years earlier?
Right.
They risked their own lives
Yeah.
to recover his body and the bodies of his sons.
Wow.
They defy the Philistines,
That's amazing.
giving Saul and his sons a proper burial.
That's something else.
Talk about a powerful act of loyalty,
Wow.
especially considering Saul's,
Yeah.
let's just say, complicated legacy.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's this contrast. You have this public spectacle of defeat and humiliation
Yeah.
orchestrated by the Philistines.
Right.
And then this quiet act of defiance
Mhm.
and respect from the men of Jabesh-gilead.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder what truly matters at the end of the day.
It does.
Is it outward appearances or
Right.
the way we treat others,
Mhm.
the good we choose to do even when no one is looking?
Absolutely. And this brings us to the heart of the matter, doesn't it?
It does.
Legacy.
Yeah.
It's not just about grand gestures,
Right.
monumental achievements.
Right.
It's woven into the fabric of our daily interactions.
Absolutely.
The choices we make, the way we treat others,
Yeah.
those small acts of kindness, courage, and integrity
Yeah.
that over time create a tapestry of who we are.
That's a sobering thought,
It is.
especially when you consider the finality of it all.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone involved in this battle.
Right.
Saul, his sons, his armor bearer,
Yeah.
all of his men, they all die on the same day.
Yeah,
It's a stark reminder
it is.
that life is fragile, and no matter your status or your power,
Right.
death comes for us all.
Absolutely. It strips away the illusion of control, doesn't it?
It really does.
And in a way, it's liberating.
Yeah.
Knowing that our time is limited
Right.
can inspire us to live more authentically, to focus on what truly matters.
Yeah, it really pushes us to ask ourselves, how do we want to be remembered?
It's been
What kind of impact
right.
do we want to have on the world?
Those are some pretty big questions.
They are.
It's almost like this ancient story is holding a mirror up to us,
Mm-hmm.
forcing us to confront our own mortality and the choices that we're making in the face of it.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think that's the power of these timeless stories.
Yeah,
They offer a lens through which we can examine our own lives,
absolutely.
our own struggles, our own aspirations. They remind us that despite the vast differences in time and circumstances,
Right?
the fundamental human experience,
Yeah.
the quest for meaning, the desire to leave a positive mark,
Yeah.
connects us all.
Yeah. It really is amazing how a story from so long ago
I know, right?
can still feel so relevant.
Yeah.
Today, it's like we're looking through this ancient window
Right.
into the human heart, and we're seeing our own desires
Yeah.
and struggles reflected back.
It is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
These narratives passed down through generations, they
Yeah.
carry within them this kind of universal
They
wisdom.
really do.
They offer us guidance warnings, a sense of shared experience that transcends time and culture.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into this story of King Saul,
Okay.
what are some of the key takeaways for you?
Okay, well, I think one of the most striking lessons is the interconnectedness of our actions
Yeah.
and their consequences.
Right.
Saul's reign, marked by disobedience and disregard for guidance, ultimately led to his downfall.
Right.
And it's a powerful reminder that our choices, both big and small, have ripple effects,
They do.
impacting not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us.
Yeah. It really makes you think twice about those everyday decisions. Are we acting in alignment with our values?
Exactly.
Are we considering the potential consequences of our choices for ourselves
Right.
and for others?
Absolutely. And on the flip side, we see the enduring power of kindness and loyalty in the actions of the men from Jabesh-gilead.
Right.
Their courageous act of retrieving Saul's body and giving him a proper burial speaks volumes
He does.
about the impact that even small acts of decency can have.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we have the capacity to choose compassion and respect, even in the face of tragedy and loss.
And it all circles back to that idea of legacy,
It does.
doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about what we achieve,
Right.
but about the values we embody,
Yes,
the impact we have on the people around us.
exactly.
It's about those ripples of kindness, courage, and integrity that continue to spread outward long after we're gone.
So as we conclude this deep dive, I would leave you with this thought.
Okay.
Knowing that our time is finite,
Hmm.
how can we live with greater intention? Making choices that reflect our values and leaving behind a legacy that we can be proud of.
It's a powerful question
It is.
to ponder, and one that I hope will stay with you long after this episode ends.
I hope so too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
We'll see you next time
See you later.
for another exploration of the human experience.